How's it going, guys? So I want to do a quick-ish video, probably around 10 minutes, 12 minutes, about the differences on the tag Heuer TH movement versus the E168. I've printed printed copies of the movements here in black and white to go over two differences that don't affect anything with the movement, as far as I know, is that the Citizen has a backplate that doesn't cover the entire circuit board, and the chapter ring is also kind of it's just different. I'm sorry, not the chapter ring. The movement spacer or holder is different, but that's movement to movement. More of what you would be paying attention to is just this. That's dependent on this movement, more or less. On this one, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit larger, but that doesn't mean much. Other things to move is the battery difference. The battery on the tag is this. It's a CTL 621F. And on this, it's just the MT621. When I did a Google search on this, it is not compatible with the E168. It doesn't go into the E168 for whatever reason. Who knows? What I did is I Googled that movement, and I found that it goes in a watch similar to this, an atomic. So should be a beefier battery, maybe. I'm not really sure, but it does have a different battery. Batteries are not the same, and I don't think they're compatible because when I looked up what this battery was compatible with, no E168 was not on there. That particular movement. This one has a 6-month power reserve. This one, when this first came out, they said it had a 6-month power reserve. Now on Instagram and even on their website in several places, it's saying 10-month. Again, I don't really know what to believe. Tag Heuer is very bad in pinning down specifications for their watches. They don't tell you lug widths on the website. So there's that. The battery differences. Another thing is the solar panel on the tag is much bigger. It's south of the chapter ring, that entire distance. On the E168, it is, I have this diagram of the whole movement exploded. It's the size of the backplate. So the actual solar panel, right there, is the size of the backplate. No bigger. So again, just an interesting difference between the two. Other than that, they are pretty similar, as you can see in these pictures. This one says Swiss made, obviously, because it's assembled or made, most likely assembled by La Joubert. So that has the Swiss made moniker. It says Tag Heuer. The printing on this is not very good. It's supposed to be some sort of perlage, but it just, the finishing is not good at all. On this, there is no really finishing. It's some coating or whatever, but the printing is a lot more clear. You can see it on this. It was hard to make it out, even when I had it disassembled. You can make that out. That says tag, but all the other stuff is kind of it's kind of small and not very visible. So those are the differences between the two. Again, I don't really know what to believe power reserve wise. But going on to just other solar movements, so comparing two Seiko movements. This is a Heuer solar diver, and this is a VS42, I believe, Epson, which is Seiko, and this is a V147. These movements aren't exactly the same, but the 157 and the 142 in this, the VS42, not 142, the VS42, in this one, they're almost identical. And one is rated for 6 months, this one, and the bigger brother of this guy and this one is rated for 10 months. But you look at the batteries are similar in size. The numbers are different. That could be because it's Epson and they use a more affordable battery. This one, the battery on this one says Japan on it. This one is, it's I don't know if it is made by Panasonic, but it's an Indonesian battery. So basically what I'm trying to say is the movements are very similar between the 42 and the 157, and they have different power reserves. So could that be the same case for the E168 and the TH50 something in the tag? Could they be similar, but the movement is rated longer? Does it have a longer power reserve? I don't know. The other thing that I want to go on is accuracy. I've had this one since the 10th of December, and I had the stainless one. That's what this picture is of. I pop to access the movement on this, you have to pop the bezel off, and then there's 6 screws, if I remember correctly, and you unscrew them, and then the back pops off. The screws are through the bezel in the case. Is accuracy. For this one, like I said, I had it since the 10th. It hasn't lost or gained a second. I've been wearing it almost every day since the 10th. I take it off when I go to sleep. I have, I wear some of my other watches too, some of my automatics and stuff like that. For the stainless one, I had that one for a couple months before I gave it away. And that one was sitting, and that one also would not gain or lose a second. In a month period, maybe a second lost or gained in 1 second. This was months ago, so I don't remember super clearly, but I've been tracking this one. It hasn't gained or lost a single second. It's been slightly slow, so about like half a second compared to my atomic thing. And I have an app on my phone too that I track it with. So, okay, and then this one was sitting in my box, and it's gained about, let me see, compared to this one. It's gained about 6 seconds since daylight savings change, so 2-ish months, and it's gained 6 seconds. That's sitting in the box. I don't wear this one much, or at all. It just sits in the box. So there could be slight accuracy differences. They could regulate these further. They could not. I could have just got lucky with the 2 that I have that they're, more accurate. But please comment on your experiences with, if you have this, or the E168, the normal citizen divers movements. What your accuracy experience has been with that, off the wrist and on the wrist, because there's quite a bit of difference. The Chronomaster Citizens, the Citizen with the super high-end movement, the perpetual calendar, those ones are rated for 5 seconds a year, but that has to be on the wrist. If they're not on the wrist, they'll probably be 7-10 seconds a year, something like that. Maybe even more. I don't know what their rating is off the wrist. I don't know if they provide that data at all. But that's something to be aware of, that accuracy is very different on and off the wrist, unless you get an atomic watch. Those don't really change. I guess if you wear it constantly, it usually has trouble connecting if it's like on your wrist during the night, or even I like to keep it away from me and my phone and put it in the box and it here in New Hampshire. I always get signal most times. But I got this. So that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. The battery differences, the solar panel size, and the accuracy. What it shares in common is obviously the size of the movement is about the same. Or is not about the same. It's almost literally identical. The panel size is not the same. And that's it. If you want me to do like a full in-depth review after this, I probably will do a review on pretty much all the watches in my collection eventually on this channel. It's mostly solar, and probably on this channel I'll only do solar unless, I don't know, someone wants to see a mechanical watch. But I don't have many expensive mechanical watches. I have a decent amount of higher grade solar. I don't have any of the Citizen Chronomasters. But yeah, leave comments what you want to see on this channel. It's going to be solar centric. And if you want to see a video further on this and my experiences with it, I could do like a 6-month review or whatever on it. I've been loving it. It's super light, and just the case finishing is such a step up from Seiko, obviously. And I don't know if it's worth the price. I got 20% off at a boutique in southern New Hampshire. But I've been loving it, and I got it for my birthday, so I've been loving it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.